TJ, obviously coming off everything in Detroit where things seem to be clicking, going forward, just how positive can you guys take that and build on what you saw?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot to correct in that game tape. Obviously, I mean, we played really. I mean, as a whole team, we played really well. Offense, defense, special teams. But just on the offensive side, there's obviously some things that you want back, or you can think about, or you can do things differently, and that's every week. But I think building on that, that's how you build on weeks like that, as you continue to look at those. And even though you came out with a win, you criticize and you look at it as a team, you look at it as a whole, and you see all the stuff that we actually left out there, which is obviously a positive thing, and you go to the next week and try to correct those things and build upon the week prior. So, yeah, I think that's it's a lot of fun to be able to do that, especially after a win.
TJ, West Phillips was talking about the operation of getting the call in, getting out of the huddle, and that sort of thing. How did you think, just with JJ coming back, that operation worked for you guys?
It was great. Yeah, I mean, Nine has he's got a lot of poise. He's a calming in the huddle, and so obviously going through that, there's some things that I think that he would like back. Whether it's trying to get out quicker or spitting it out a little faster or clear or whatever it is. But as a general whole, I think we were trying to get in and out of the huddle, leave him some play clock, be able to see the defense, be able to get the protection changes, the play changes, and all the other stuff that comes along with his position, and then just being able to have enough time on the clock to do all that. So you gotta, as receivers, as tight ends, as offensive line, you gotta hear the call, know the call, get up to the line up, and be able to do all that within 10 seconds or whatever, however much time we have for him to be able to try to see everything and change everything and do all the stuff his job requires him to do.
He wasn't very poised or calm in the locker room afterward, though. What did you think of just the McCarthy coming in there all hot after?
I mean, excitement. Yeah. I mean, that's his first game back in a few games, and so he's got to be excited. I mean, like that's the life of the NFL, and that's you get such a euphoria, you get such like a burst of energy when you are able to take the field, and then when you're able to come off of the field with a win and see your teammates and see all these guys that you grind with and you see every single day, and you don't want to let down. That whole energy comes to you, and you're just excited. So I think that's every single person in that locker room, not just Nine. So, yeah.
Do you feed off that? I mean, I know he's a young kid out there, but how do you think?
Of course you feed off that. I mean, he's a captain of this team. He's a leader. He's a quarterback. A lot of things go through him. I mean, he touches the ball every single play, and so you feed off of a guy like that. Doesn't matter how old how young he is. He's got more energy than a lot of us, though. But it's always fun to be out there with him. We feed off of him. Obviously, like I said, he's a captain on this team, so there's a lot that goes through him.
What have you seen from Nick Vanette? I mean, a guy who came here in the practice squad and then was called upon to play a lot of plays last week.
Incredible. I mean, yeah. I mean, with Josh down, and obviously, Nick's been in this league for a long time. He's going in. This is his 10th year, so to have a guy like that that's seen a lot of ball. That's seen a lot of protection, seen a lot of offenses. It's fun to be out there on the turf with him, and because you trust a guy like that. You trust that he's going to be able to know whatever he sees in front of him, and you know that he's going to do his job. And that whenever it's called upon, he's going to be there for you, and then that helps me a lot too, just in run schemes and knowing that he's got my inside help, and so I can really attack this guy on the outermost, or maybe it's an inside run and he's got my outside, or whatever it is. That stuff goes hand in hand. So to have him out there, like I said, a 10-year guy, and being able to see a lot of ball, and then not just on the turf, but in the film room too. He's got a lot of knowledgeable stuff. That maybe I've heard once or twice, but it's fun to be able to have that with him, with a guy that's again played a lot of snaps.
TJ, on the touchdown on Sunday when JJ's kind of working to his right side, are you expecting the ball to come back your way, or what's your thought process as the play?
Yeah, I mean, I felt the whole zone. I felt the safety go. I mean, he obviously knew that I had a over crossing route, and so I just felt the zone, and I was like, well, I'll sit here and hope he sees me, and he did. So, that's just that's just reps. That's being able to play with him and him seeing and feeling, oh, hey, he's right there. He's wide open. The safety played over top. He's flowing with JJ going out, and then I'm lagging behind, but he thinks he's good because he's in front of me, and where I can just kind of feel the zone stop and make a play. And it's fun that he's able to see that and to obviously score on that one.
At what point do you feel with a quarterback like you're at that level where the rapport is good enough that you see things that way and you can make plays kind of in real time that way?
Obviously it takes reps, and it takes that connection or feel with a guy like that. I mean, you guys all know JJ and I's relationship, so it's whenever he kind of sees my body language or whatever it is, I think he's kind of started to understand how I feel zones and how he feels zones, and so I mean, I think you'll just continue to build on that. The more reps we get, the more games he gets, and that's not just me. That's with Jets, JA, that's Adam, all these guys that we have, Speedy, and just being able to maybe. It's not like they had a good call on that play. They had everybody flowing to that side, and it's like, okay, well, let's try to make this right, and we made a play out of it.
Ravens have been bolstering their defense lately, and also they have Kyle Hamilton. What do you see as like the main thing that they bring that you guys have to look out for?
Obviously, they're a great defense. They got a good front structure. They've got great back end. They've got 14 who's he's a really good player. I mean, a lot of respect for him and what he's been able to do in this league. So, it's going to be a good challenge for us. We're super excited about it. Like I said, we just got to marry everything that we talk about, timing, completions, all the things, run game, and just continue to build on what we did last week. But I think it's exciting in this league. You get to move on from something like that and have another challenge ahead of you, and that's what this defense is, and that's what this team is. So we're excited to be back in front of our fans. We have the best fans in the NFL, and so to come back home after what feels like we haven't played here forever is going to be a lot of fun to hear the Skull chant and hear the crowd rocking. Cool. Thanks, guys.